Hare Krishna, good morning, my dear Prabhus, dear Matajis. Hello, kay Milk, Riza, Trina, Rolly Prabhu, Paolo, and John and Mataji. Good morning. Thank you for joining our morning Japa session. Please try to finish your rounds today and read your Prabhupada books and be Krishna conscious. Happy Monday. So you know the drill. We should always be in the right mood, right um, mood of humility and request in approaching the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamas Loke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. I offer my obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Good morning, and welcome sa ating Brought back the Academy Monk in the Middle podcast. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin because we are at our 61st episode. Kala mo yun? Di pa rin kayo nag-asawa sa boses ko. And of course, di tayo mag-asawa sa Srimad Bhagavatam kasi nasa first canto pa rin tayo. We still have 11th canto more. Hindi pa nga tayo, nasa kalahati na ba tayo? Tama, nasa kalahati na tayo ng first canto. And meron pang pangatlong volume, I think, yung chapter, yung first canto eh. 3-part yata to. And then, bago mag-enter sa second canto. Oh, daw sabi ni John. And, ang sarap kasi we are reading and studying it together. I've tried it many times. Reading it alone, studying it alone. Mas enjoyable kapag may mga kasama. We're discussing. And afterwards, ng mga each sessions natin, may mga questions and answer personally. But by the way, you can also send your questions sa chat box. Masaya to read it in advance. I could send you mga categories. Bakit? Saan namin pinuputol yung mga verses. Each verses. I could send it sa group chat natin. So you can read in advance. You can have questions in advance then. Siyempre, if you don't have the Srimad Bhagavatam, you can inquire para you can have your own copy. If not yet, you can also check sa Facebook tuloy. Sa internet, we have Srimad Bhagavatam. Better use your smartphones to read these wonderful books. Para hindi lang siya smartphone, magiging spiritual phone din siya. O totoong smart. Kasi kung di siya gagamitan mo ng ganitong klaseng readings, it is just a phone. So maraming salamat. And ang ating nakaraan, since si Krishna already left Hastinapur, he is going back to his kingdom, Dwarka. Again, this is not a place kung saan siya lumaki. He grew up he was born in Mathura, katabi niya yung Vrindavan. So he have to move to Vrindavan. Doon siya pinalaki ni foster parents niya, si Nanda Maharaj, saka si Mother Yashoda. Then, when 16 years old na sila, Sinundo sa kanya siya ng tito niya na si Akrura. Then, pumunta na siya sa Dwarka, where yung mood dito is different. Sa Brindaban is a coward boy playing with his playmates. Diba? Pumunta siya sa Governor Hill, kasama niya yung mga cows. Playing with his goopies. Meeting with them, dancing with them, having intimate rasa. But in the Dwarka Lila, pagpunta niya doon, it is a formal and own reverence. He's in a kingly order. So different mood. So that's why the devotees, the Krishna conscious devotees, in our line, much more specific, in our Sampradaya, much more also in ISKCON, we are in this mood. Kung makikita nyo palagi ang pastime talaga ni Krishna, which is very glorified ng lahat ng mga saints, is yung pastime ni Krishna in Vrindavan. Not in the own reverence mood. In the mood na siya yung coward boy. May mga ganung relationship, may ganung mga rasa. But in the deity worship, ang mood natin doon is in own reverence. Makikita natin mamaya sa mga nanggagaling to. And also malalaman natin, since he is being welcome in Dwarka, makikita natin yung culture, saan ba nanggaling yung mga festivities. Lalo sa Philippines, ang daming piyesta dito. Diba? Santo Niño, tapos may piyesta ng Nazareno, may piyesta ng kung sino-sinong saint, may piyesta ng iba-ibang, lalo na pag flower festival sa Baguio. Before yung mga flower festival, may parade doon, kasama palagi mga devotees, nakikirtan sila. Naghaharinam sila doon. So hopefully soon ulit. Pandemic. But also, ang dami. Some of the feast, mga festivals, they celebrate yung binibigay ng nature. Di ba? Meron sila mga fruit festivals. And very, very common and maraming similarities sa Vedas. Malalaman natin sa nag-trace talaga yung mga cultures na meron tayo ngayon. Of course, hindi na lahat into that kind of mode of gurunas or spiritual festivities. Diba? May piyesta na ng lechon. So, may mga nag-piyesta na ng gano'n. May piyesta na just like I've heard, may mga piyesta na mga sa provinces na nawala na yung culture ng fiesta talaga. Naging party na lang siya. Ano na yung mga big sponsors, puro alak na lang. So, we could see it's always degrading. It's always being watered down. It may look like nag-improve kasi mas maraming activities in terms of modern advertisement and all. Diba? Big speakers, concert. Pero nagbabago, nawawala na yung essence. Just like mahal na araw. It is meant para mag-introspect yung mga tao. It is meant para want to glorify yung pastime ni Jesus Christ. Diba? When we were younger, yung mahal na araw, walang palabas na mga kung ano-ano lang. Lalo na kung wala kang cable, diba? Tapos sila Tito Vic and Joey, meron silang mga drama nila. Sa ABS-CBN, ganun din. Tapos sa ibang channel, makikita mo yung flying na sapatos na every year pinapalabas yon, yung mga holy mga movies na yon na marami ka marirealize. Tapos vegetarian yung mga tao. Sabi ng matatanda, bawal ka magkasugat kasi patay yung Diyos. So, pag-degrade na pa-degrade. Ngayon, of course, pre-pandemic, mahal na araw means going to Boracay. Mahal na araw means going to a lot of parties, diba? Inuman, a lot of sales sa mall. Nawala na yung spirit. Diba? Even Christmas, ganun na rin. And it may look like na medyo papunta tayo sa advancement. Pero, akala lang natin yun. We're actually degrading ourselves. The rise of a lot of establishment and type of housing, living ng mga tao, it's very different from yung mga bata tayo. What more hundreds of years, thousands of years ago. So, our verses for today, we will discuss regarding yung mga decorations nila sa city of Dwarka habang wino-welcome nila si Krishna. Continuing reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Creation, the first canto. If you have this book, we are at the second part 2, chapter 11, entitled The Lord's Entrance into Dwarka. Text number 11. As Bogavati, the capital of Nagaloka, is protected by the Nagas, so was Dwarka protected by the descendants of Vrishni, Bhoja, Madhu, Dasarha, Arha, Kukura, Andaka, Chatara, who were as strong as Lord Krishna. So it was being compared in Dwarka into Bogavati. This is the capital of Nagaloka. Nagaloka is a planet in the lower planetary system. Yung capital nila is Bogavati. So, sino yung mga nandito sa Nagaloka? They are the celestial serpents, nagas, mga snakes, planets of the snakes. Diba may mga manigo-worship ng snakes or yung mga iba na sa New Age or naghihil. Diba pinapasukan daw ng nagas yung mga chakras and all. So, nasa lower planetary systems din kasi sila. Pero ayun nga yung mga hellish planet, hindi siya basta-basta. Kita mo rito, kingdom din siya. That's being protected by the nagas. In the modern speculation of cosmology, akala nila yung mga stars, they're all suns and different universes. But actually, no. They are different moons and other planets then. There is only one sun in each universe. Pagpunta mo sa ibang universe, which is di mo makikita rin basta-basta dito sa universe natin, may isang sun or maybe multiple sun doon. But meron dito sa universe natin is only one sun. So the lower planetary system is positioned, the lower din sila to have a chance to be enlightened by the sun. Yung Nagaloka, sobrang less or nil or talagang none yung sunshine doon. Pero yung mga nagas, meron nga silang jewelry daw sa forehead nila. Tas minsan di mo makikita yung sobrang ganda nun kasi wala ng sun. So these are being protected by the nagas. It was being compared kasi yung Dwarka was protected by the descendants of Vrishni. Vrishni is parang Kuru, diba sa Kuru dynasty. Kunyari, ang apelido mo Keres, diba? Ayun yung sa ninuno mo. Tapos, same din yon. Sa Vrishni, merong isang King Vrishni. Tapos, descendant niya, andun na yung mga sila Bhoja, Madhu, Dasara, Araha, Kukura, Andaka, sa line ni Krishna. So, different generation yan. Hindi lang 100 years, minsan thousands of years. So, yung mga descendant na to, in this new generation nila Krishna, he is saying, it was being protected, yung Dwarka, ng mga taong to. Sa mga lahi ng mga to. So, ayun yung mga protector ng place na yun. Same. Pag may isang place, yung mga residents doon, they protect the place. From what? Of course, from the degradation ng mga nangyayari ng culture. At the same time, pumasok si Maya inside. They don't just protect themselves from Maya from within their body, not from just the house. The whole city. Actually, the whole state nga to. Malaki yung Dwarka. And it was being mentioned, yung mga kamag-anak ni Krishna were as strong as Krishna din. So imagine mo, di ba yung if you could go back sa earlier part ng Mahabharata and also part ng Bhagavad Gita, where si Krishna was being invited by Arjuna and Duryodhana. Natandaan niyo yun, pumunta sila sa room ni Krishna, si Duryodhana went to the head, si Arjuna sa feet niya. And yung choices na sinabi ni Krishna, you could choose. Ako, kasama niyo sa war, but I will not fight. I will not even pick up a weapon. Or my armies. So, ito yung mga yon. Yung lahi ng mga to, yung mga Yadavas. Sila yon. Mga lahi ni Krishna yon. na pinili ni Duridan. Lumaban siya against Krishna. Pero ang lalakas nila. Sabi almost or were as strong as Krishna. The problem is, si Krishna nandun sa part ng Pandavas. So, nanalo yung mga Pandavas. Text number 12. The city of Dwarkapuri was filled with the opulences of all seasons. There were hermitages, orchards, flower gardens, parks, and reservoir of water, breeding lotus flowers all over. So, it destroys the history na meron tayo sa modern society. Na feeling nila, ngayon pa lang nag-develop yung mga tao into having cities, having parks, having yung mga hermitages and all, yung mga buildings and palaces. No. 5,000 years ago, meron na sila nun. Diba? 100,000 years ago, million of years ago, meron na sila nun. Yung tinitignan ng history kasi ng mga tao is yung part where nasaan yung mga nasa tribes, nasa barbaric na mga tribes. Ayun ang tinitignan nila. Pero if you're really a searcher, lalo na yung mahilig sa cosmology, lalo sa history, you would see there are a lot of temples surpassing yung mga binibilang nila sa human existence. May mga temples, may mga, even yung mga modern na nga, yung like the Greek, the modern society ng mga Greece, modern na siya actually. What more pa yung mga naisip nilang evolution, tapos yung mga discovery of fire. It's just nonsense. Hindi nangyari yon. Diba? It's just nag-evolve yung mga tao from monkey species. Hindi rin nangyari yon. Even yung mga students ni Charles Darwin, didebunk na yon. Yung tao lang, of course, naniniwala lang sila kasi yung mga tinuro sa school, hindi rin ganun nag-research. So, it just means na mas matagal dati, mas nauna yung mga iugas, mga years, mga eras na yon, mas advanced sila. Malalaman natin in the future. Pero ito, this Dwarkapuri, sobrang grabe yung opulence niya for all season. Hindi mo kailangan mag-antay ng fruit season. Laging full season doon. Lagi nandun. The balance of heat and cold is there. Hindi katulad ngayon pag nag-summer, sobrang init. Pag nag-winter, sobrang lamig. Or pag nagtag-ulan, talaga bumaba. Hindi basta-basta nangyayari ng dati. Perfection of human civilization is made possible by utilizing the gifts of nature in their own way. Yes, because Mother Earth, Bhumi yung name niya, as a demigoddess, and also personification niya ay si Holy Cow. Siya yung mother, kaya tatawag na Mother Cow. That's why also she is naturally giving milk kasi siya nga yung mother. And habang very pleased si Mother Cow, si Mother Earth, nagbibigay siya ng much more opulence in different forms. From the hills, nanggagaling yung mga nutrients and minerals. It will be passed down sa lowlands by the rivers. Siyempre, uulan na maganda with the right amount. Then, yung waters will go down. So, the rivers will bring the nutrients and minerals towards the other lands, sa mga flatlands, sa lowlands. And kapag nagtanim ka doon, even nga yung mga wilds sa forest, sobrang mga fruitful yung mga trees doon. Yung mga herbs, yung mga medicines, sobrang effective. Yung mga scent ng flowers, you can smell them from hundreds of miles. So, sobrang nourish and sobrang rich yung gift of nature. Kasi, she is pleased with the right kind of leadership. Yung mga emperor, yung mga tao is devoted ni Krishna. So, Mother Earth is giving and giving and giving. And they're also not abusing. Prabhupada mentioned here that Dwarka was surrounded by flower gardens and fruit orchard along with reservoir of water and growing lotuses. So, rich and malilinis yung mga water reservoir dati. From the rivers na sa mga ponds. And fruits are everywhere, even flowers. There is no mention of mills and factories supported by slaughterhouses. So walang ganon. Hindi mo makikita yung mga yun dati. Wala sa culture natin yun. This was just being made. Ito yung tinatawag ng mga taong advancing in technology and industry and economics. The question is, totoo bang nag-a-advance having this? Diba? So this time, yung mga leaders ng mga modern civilization, um, they make sure na yung mga residents, even nature, the animals are being taken care of. In comparison sa mga leaders natin ngayon, the leaders in the modern society, they will live very posh. Ang gaganda ng mga mansions nila. Even sa gitna ng city, may magandang mga villages dyan. Di ba? Nalaman ko yung may mga ganon nung when I was younger, I was shooting portraits. So I'm a photographer, I do make films. I was into arts. Nagugulat ako may mga taga lang may mga ganitong village na parang sobrang posh and daming nature sa gitna ng mga city na hindi alam na normal na tao. So, they're safe. Yung mga leaders natin, yung mga in the high class and mga rich people, they're safe. They have good amount of water resources, reservoir of waters, nature, outside the city and even inside the city. The only thing is, those subordinates of them, those who are in the lower classes, are not, sadly. The leaders of modern civilization, hindi lang sa Philippines yun, select their own residential quarters in a place where there are such natural, beautiful gardens and reservoir of water. But they leave the common man to reside in congested areas without parks and gardens. So you could see, there's a difference. Of course, yes, there are social orders, there are Varna ashrams, that's natural, but it should not be used to just abuse and not take care of other in social orders or the other Varna. Those who are Brahmanas before, the priests, the monks, they are the advisors, the mga kings. Para yung mga leaders and kings, their way of ruling the country, the state, or the whole world is based on the scriptures. Scripturally based siya. So the balance of material and spiritual life is there. Pero ngayon, it is just being used just to elevate oneself. And they don't care as much as they care sa buhay nila. Dun sa mga tao. They leave them in congested areas. You can see. Diba? Again, when I was younger, I was fortunate enough to be in the middle class family. We're not really rich, pero yung bahay lang namin is in the middle. Yung grandparent ko was working hard in America para we could study sa private school. So yung mga kaklase ko were mga rich kids talaga. Talagang nakatira sila mga high-end na mga villages. Then I'll have to go back sa normal village lang. Kasi yung kalaro ko when I was younger, dun talaga sa mga lower class of people, yung mga papasok sa Escanita and yung mga congested areas. So when I was young, I was seeing different kinds of lifestyle. Nakikita ko na yung division ng social order. Punta ako sa school. Kami yung brother ko yung umuulit ng sapatos per year. Ng bags yung same uniform pa rin. Yung mga klase makikita mo talaga, posh talaga. Diba? When we go to their places, may mga swimming pool. So, ganun yung lifestyle nila. With, of course, mga helper, mga yaya. Tapos ako, I'll go back to the middle class family. Pero yung kalaro ko ang dami. We will play baseball, lahat ng mga pambatang laro. Sila nag-games na sila noon. Ako ando pa ako sa mga nagaro sa mga fields, yung mga flying, nagpapalipad ng saranggola and all. So I was seeing this, and yung mga tao from mga kaklase ko, when they visit me, I introduce them to other kids then. So na-experience din nila yun. Na-experience nila mag-tricycle, mag-commute. So seeing this, sabi ko, teka, may something, may division. You could see, tatawid ka lang ng gate ng villages, may division na kagad ng lifestyle. May division na kagad ng residential areas kung saan sila nakatira. But also sadly, when you have this, um, very poor conditioning ng life, ng mga resources, doon nag fructify yung mga bad ideas. They have to survive, kapit sila sa padalim. You would see them in congested areas. They wanted to go up dun sa tinatawag na lang umangat yung buhay nila. So, they will do sometimes not moral things. Of course, hindi mo masabing pag nasa higher class ng society is moral sila. Pero the lower ones, those who are in the lower ones were big victim of it. We cannot say how and why. It is definitely Krishna's arrangement by one owns karma because of their free will, maling decision sa buhay. Pero the leaders in this uh, topic natin, they're making sure that people have enough resources. The nature is also giving them because they were pleased with the leaders. And these people from the lower ranks is being nourished and also satisfied. They don't have to do any demoniac things. Sabi nga rito, development of factories and mills is so-called ugra karma or pungent activities. And these such activities deteriorates the finer sentiments of human beings. And the society form a dungeon of demons. Because they don't practice spiritual life anymore. Because of this conditioning, the focus is just to survive. A lot of competitions, the dungeons, yung mga close places. So, na-appreciate ko yung ganung lifestyle ko when I was growing up. Until now, you could see me go to different hotels, different hype places na mga magagandang villages. You can even see me go to rural areas, even see me to the slum areas. My devotees in different places. And I was trained to visit all of them. Diba? The bed na makukuha ko na matutulugan ko sa 5-star hotel will be the same na bed pag nandun ako sa bamboo huts or sa floor. And at the same time, seeing these people going to different places will not make one judge them because of the social order they're living at. When we go, actually meron akong binabaan dati in Tondo. A devotee toured me there because may mga devotees din doon. Grabe talaga yung yung nag-evolve. Yung mga nakita ko ng bata, mas nag-evolve ngayon. A lot of stacks of houses and all. Pero kompleto yung appliances, may aircon pa nga. Nakakatawa lang na to observe. It's really fun. At the same time, yung heart mo may onting kirot kasi so ayun nga, sobrang like a dungeon. May mga lulusot ka, may eskinita, may ganito na. May mga okay na places, may malinis, mayroong hindi. Pero you could see differently. Tapos I'll go to malayamang villages. I'll visit ibang devotees din and all. So, a way kung makita yung mga different places. Even in India, there's a place in Mumbai. We'll go to the temple. Sometimes we will be invited and we're staying in different houses ng mga mayamang devotees or just mga favorable ones. And we will go to also slum areas there. And grabe, ang bilis lang. 5 minutes walk, bam, nandun ka na. Different world. Only thing is, of course, they're in a place, malapit sila sa temple. Even in these areas, they're also practicing spirituality. So, when you're out, sobrang iba yung vibes. Pagpasok mo sa bahay nila, makikita mo may altar, may incense, may offering ng flowers kay Krishna. It is the same. Tapos may prasadam. Actually, ayun yung significant sa akin when I visited India in that year, I think 5-6 years ago. I was traveling to different places, tapos kumakain kami sa mga, we were invited by rich Indians, mga businessman, mga talagang di biro, kumbaga may chandeliers of diamonds, ganon. Pero of course, the food was being cooked by helpers, not devotees and all, and the owner is not really that practicing devotee. Favorable ones. But they were invited because may culture sila to receive guests palagi, to receive monks and mga brahmacharis. So yeah, na-experience namin yun. Then we were invited once sa isang bahay ng isang devotee sa gitna talaga ng rural area sa Mumbai. I mean, ng slum area talaga doon. Kung nanonood kayo ng mga movie na na ano to, ano yun yung may millionaire something, Slumdog Millionaire. Parang ganon, parang ganon. So, talagang pasok kami doon. So parang nagulat ako, na culture shock pa ako noon na nakapunta na ako sa Philippines, doon na culture shock pa ako. Tapos we went to this place, tapos may mga street na doon na may mga nagka-chant na, may devotees na. Tapos masok kami sa bahay. And sobrang welcoming nila. They don't have the opulence, pero they welcome you. And nagugulat ka doon. And ayaw namin mangyayari yon. Pagpunta mo doon, hugasan nila yung paa mo. Kami todo ilag kami. So, pinupush namin yung iba. Oh, sila na lang, sila na lang. Tapos kami, kailangan mo hugasan mo. As a devotee, we don't want that. We don't want the high status. We want to be a servant. Pero sila, as a host, they want to put you in that pedestal. So, para kayong nag-aaway with love. Hanggang kukunin mo yung ako na maghuhugas, ganon. So, ganun level. Umpisa pa lang, sa labas pa lang. Pagpasok mo na doon, of course, we saw yung altar, napakalit na bahay pag Dandavat pranams ka doon. Ibig sabihin, nag-bow down ka with the flat. Lalo na yung mga ginagawa ng mga boys yon. Halos ganun na, hindi ka makastraight ng paa. Kasi siksik talaga. Tapos, per layer, per layer, yung kama nila, pina-fold. Parang nasa trend ng India, doon ako yung concept. Tapos, ganyan, doon ka na rin kakain, doon na rin altar. But it was so different from the first class na bahay. Prasadam, very simple, but made out of love. Pinakita nila yung altar nila, may parampara, diba, guru, disciple. Tapos pinakita nila yung family tree nila. Yung mga tanay, tatay, lolo, lolo, hanggang hindi na ma-reach. Lahat yung devotees. So, we could compare very different. And I could say the prasadam is very different as well. It's not opulent, pero you would know na this is cooked out of love and devotion. And talagang tinatanggap ni Krishna. And yung very significant sa akin, with that year na visit ko, alam, 2 months din yata ako nag-travel nun. Yung pinakamasarap na prasadam na tikman ko in that place, in the middle of some area. Pero meron gem, may lotus doon sa isang pond na yon. And all the people in their society are being benefited because si Krishna, nandun yung devotees. It may seem na parang hindi magandang scenario, pero pag pumunta ka doon, you'll feel much more safe and welcome and warm compared dun sa big mansion. Kakaiba lang, kakaiba. It's out of this world. So, very humbling yung experience ko na yon. So, ba't ko kunento yun? Kasi this one, without Krishna, this dungeon of very congested areas, walang pag-asa. What more than yung mga palaces, yung mga kaklase ko ng grade school. Same thing, pag pumunta ka sa bahay nila, it's very silent. Alam mo yun, ang lungkot. Kaya palagi yung mga friends ko nung dumadalaw sa amin, tapos naglalaro kami dun sa mga kasama namin in the slum areas. Kasi natututo sila madumihan, mag-baseball, patintero. Hindi na nagagawa yun playing with their helpers or just toys. So, there are difference. May kind of living, not just with the material things. What more pa if we were talking about spiritual life, Krishna consciousness. And this is the gift of nature. Andyan yung mga opulences ng nature. But we don't really take advantage for it. Rather, we take it for granted. We are really into fast food, mga pagkain. We want to live and pangarap natin pumunta sa Maynila. Kasi andun yung mga pangarap natin, andun yung mga buildings. So, it's just another layer ng illusion, another veil. And this one, it was being mentioned, ano yung ideal? Yung Dwarka Dam, like in the last text, the Dwarka Dam is the ideal for human civilization. Of course, they make it sure na not just yung place nila to, in living is opulent and distributed equally. But at the same time, they were all Krishna conscious. How? Text number 13, the city gateway, the household doors, the festooned arches along the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees and mango leaves. all to welcome the Lord. Flags, garlands, and painted signs and slogans, all combined to shade the sunshine. So, yung mga kalsada doon, andun yung mga, doon galing yung mga arc na welcome to. Di ba yung ginagawa natin ngayon? Pati pag may pesta. Dati pa lang ginagawa na nila yon. Tapos there will string mango leaves. Tapos with fruits, talagang mga fruits naka-decorate. Hindi biro. Tapos may mga signages. Tapos they will cover yung mga may sunshine, may shade dun sa kalsada. Nangyayari yan pag makikita mo may pope or may ambassador, may naalala ko may pumuntang sa Philippines. Alam ko si Obama ba yung pumunta doon? Tapos sa airport. 'Di ba sa pagpunta ka sa Parañaque, may mga tulay sa NAIA. Makikita mo yung slum areas. Naggawa sila ng pang-welcoming. Tinakpan nila yung mga yung mga slum areas. Tinakpan nila yung mga pader. Pati yung mga, ano to, how do you call this? Bridges. Tinakpan nila yung mga slum areas. Teka lang, parang ang fasad nung dating Parang kinovera mo lang yung reality. Of course, pero makikita mo, nililinis nila yung lugar, tapos may mga arches, di ba? May mga banners, di ba? Sa Ross Boulevard, may mga flags. So same, nalalaman natin saan nanggagaling yung culture. Pero this one is very special kasi si Krishna yung tinatanggap nila, welcoming them. Yung party ni Krishna. May mga flags daw ni Garuda and Hanuman. Hanuman is the greatest devotee ni Lord Ram. Siya yung tumulong para makuha si Sita. And for his glories, actually, nung pumunta siya nung hinahanap niya na si Sita, napuntahan na niya yung kingdom kung nasaan si Demon Ravana. Tapos kailangan niya bumalik kay Lord Ram para, nakita ko na. Ngayon, sugod na tayo doon. So, yung pumunta siya doon, actually, it seems like nahuli siya ng mga demons ni Ravana. Tinali siya, tapos ginawa niya, yung end ng tail niya is sinunog ng mga demons. Pero ginawa niya, lumaki siya ng lumaki, mahaba yung bundot niya. And sinunog niya yung buong city, yung buong Lanka. Actually, from that time, sobrang lakas ni Hanuman, pwede na niya iligtas si Sita eh. Tapos ibalik niya kay Lord Ram. Tapos wala nang war. Kaya naman niya patayin din lahat eh. Pero how yung character niya and qualities niya is so glorified is hindi niya niligtas si Sita. This is what you can observe sa devotees, sa ideal devotee. They don't care for the credit. Ginawa niya yung babalik siya kay Lord Ram. Gusto niya ibigay yung glorification kay Lord Ram. For the pastime, and ma-engage din yung mga ibang monkeys and soldiers doon para makatulong in devotional service and getting back si Sita Rani, si Mother Sita. So devotees are not really into getting the credit. They want devotees to be engaged. They want Krishna to be glorified. But sobrang sweet ni Krishna. Kung napapansin niyo, palaging ginagawa ni Krishna rito. Pwede naman niyang patayin yung mga nasa kabila ng war eh. Pwede naman niyang pigilan yung Brahmastra. Pwede naman niyang, ang dami niyang pwedeng gawin. Pero lagi niyang hinahayaan and gusto niya palagi mangyari is mag-glorify din yung devotees niya. So such a quality na meron yung mga naaral natin sa Srimad Bhagavatam. A lot of these are totally opposite sa sa modern times. So people wants the credit. Sometimes they even steal the credit. So it's very different. And this time when Krishna was coming, they were, basahin ko next verse para mas stitch natin. The highways, subways, lanes, markets, and public meeting places were all thoroughly cleansed, and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits of flowers and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. So it just means this Dwarka is so big. And may mga highways na dati, may subways na, may lanes na, public meeting places, may mga parks. Anong ginawa nila? Thoroughly cleaned. Malinis na yon, pero nilinis pa rin talaga nila. And this I have heard previously in Kolkata in India, few decades ago. Yung nandun din yung mga Briton, colonized pa sila. Nililinis nila yung kalsada sa India by using rose water. Umabot pa sa level na gano'n. Umabot pa lately lang sa era natin. Yung ganun practice. Pero ngayon wala na talaga. Bira na mangyari yan. Malamang sa mga temples ginagawa nila yun. Pero yung whole highway ginagawa yun. Ngayon hindi mo na basta-basta makita. Pero this time ginagawa nila yun. Cleaning it thoroughly. Yung mga highway na yun not just covering. And yung fruits and flowers, ginagawa nila into a garland or decoration na lang na gano'n. Not just fake fruits. Sa atin makikita mo pag piyesta, puro flags lang sa ano, di ba? Sa kuryente, nakagalon sa kalsada. Dati sa kanila yun, yung mga arches, yung mga bahay. Di ba sa Pahiyas may ganon? Di ba? Doon galing yun. So, ginagawa nila yun, mga fruits. Tapos, mga seeds, bakit unbroken? Ito yung mga seedling. So, it is considered as auspicious. That's like the spring, start of new season. Fruit season, yung mga flowers. So, andito yung mga decorations na ginagawa nila. Ito yung root ng mga festivities. At the same time, you would notice, laging naglilinis na naman. Yan naman, Rada Charan, hindi naman tayo sa ligo, sa kasalinis. Kasi that's the part of spiritual life. Sabi nga, cleanliness is next to godliness. But in actuality, cleanliness is godliness. That's part of rising your mood in the mode of goodness. That cleansing. Diba? Devotees ligo ng ligo. Diba? May nagtanong, diba, bakit kami kalbo? Ganon din kami. So, isipin mo yung ligo ng ligo yung monk. Tapos palagi basa yung buhok. Di ba? Ang hirap. So, hindi. So, pag nagkatanong, ba't ganun? Dumumi ka lang, nag-defecate ka lang, kailangan maligo? Yes, kailangan maligo. May mga scientific silang mga explanation doon. Hindi ko na-discuss yan. Tanong kay Navadip Chandra Prabhu. Ganun din, nasa Vedas din yun how to, pag umihi ka, you have to wash your hands, your feet, tapos mag-uwisi ka rin, your mouth. Ang daming, how do you call this? Yama ni yama. But it has scientific and also spiritual na mga rational. Sobrang diba? Ako kayo mga rational na term. Pang yun, diba? Pang nurse yun. Sa ADPAI. So, parang maraming mga rational with that. And may pinanggagalingan siya. This is the culture. The tradition will be, may gumawa lang along the way. Tapos generation by generation ginawa na siya. This is the culture. Diba? Nasa scriptures, welcoming. And basahin natin yung last text before we expound and go deeper then. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugar cane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense, and candles were all displayed. So in other cultures, meron mga natitirang practices, di ba? May mga, pag New Year, maglalagay sila ng bigas or ubas, di ba? How do you call this? I mean, grapes, tas magiging ubas na siya. Diba? Tapos may sugar, di ba? May ganon. Mga auspicious things yon. Dito pa rin nanggaling yon. And sa Pilipinas, di ba, may natira pa rin mga ganon, mga practices. So, anong significance nito? Sir Prabhupada mentioned, the reception was made not simply by decorating the roads and streets, as above mentioned, but by worshipping the Lord with requisite ingredients like incense, lamps, flowers, sweet fruits, and other palatable eatables. The first time the process of reception, according to the Vedic rites, is not all dry. So if you are having your altar, if you're trying to do deity worship, nakikita mo yung relevance, di ba? Nakikita mo yung, how do you call this? Connection. Because deity worship, having an altar in your house, making it a sacred space or little temple, is welcoming Krishna. The mood is welcoming Krishna. You offer incense para pabangunin yung place kung saan siya pupunta. You offer the lamp to light kung saan siya pupunta. Dati naman kasi wala namang kuryente nun. Pero almost everything is effulgent. Pero yeah, they use also yung mga lamps. I've watched isang Bollywood movie because of the set design nila. I forgot anong title nun. Pero mayroong mga set design sila, mga walls. Tapos naka-emboss doon yung mga nalagay ng mga ghee lamps. Tapos everything is lit. Sobrang ganda. So anyway, andun yung mga flowers, di ba? It was being offered. Sweets, fruits, di ba? Andun din. Tapos yung mga kasama ni Krishna, may nagka-fan din sa kanya. So this is the one root ng dito worship. The welcoming kay Krishna. So ano yung preparation natin para i-welcome si Krishna? If you have your japa mala there, your books, or even the altar, is to always keep our houses clean. Di ba? Yung pinakasulok-sulok. Mahirap yung panindigan, pero at least do it. Di ba? You will feel differently kapag ginagawa mo yon. Parang, pagtapos maglinis, parang kagabi, napuyat ako, nag-rearrange ako, naglagay ako ng mga shelves sa likod, andun yung mga books. Tapos, ayos-ulis-uli ako. Pigtitripan ko, baguhin uli yung setup. Parang pagtapos, parang, sarap mag-chant ngayon Tapos, fresh Tapos, ang linis ng places. Lalo-lalo na kapag you're welcoming Krishna in your house. Diba? You're worshiping. You're always welcoming Him. You worship, you sing, diba? Habang naman si Krishna, may mga music doon. May mga nakikirtan. The sages are glorifying Him. Tapos the actual place is very clean, very festive. Kaya yung life ng devotee is everyday festival. Kasi everyday ka nag-worship kay Krishna is like a feast. Diba? You offer fruits and waters kay Krishna, diba? Out of love. Tapos may kirtan. In the temple, same mood. Lalo na pag nagkipik na yung festival din. Same din siya. May experience yun very soon. And actually, ayun yung mga ginagaya ng mga culture. Yung mga holy, yung mga festival of colors, diba? Lahat yun. In welcoming, yung Diwali is welcoming Lord Ram. Diba? Galing dun sa Excel nila. Tapos ito yung mga lamps. Tapos, pagbalik nila sa kingdom. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin ganun. Of course, minsan yung essence wala na, party na lang. Ganun din yung Color Festival, yung what I mentioned a while ago. Basta yun, yung Color Festival. Pastime nila Lord Krishna sa mga gopis yun. Nagkabatuan sila ng mga colored water, colored powder. Diba? Sa Brindaban, ayun yung mga root, ayun yung root kung saan ginagawa nila Krishna yun. Holy, yung holy. So, yeah, pero ngayon wala na. Ano na lang siya, fun run na lang sa jogging, tas may color. Tapos concert na lang. They don't know kung saan nanggaling yung route na yun. Pero yeah, you could see how Krishna is so famous. Hanggang ngayon nangyayari yun. Subconsciously or unconsciously, may onting benefit in glorifying that pastime. May onting benefit yung mga tao in glorifying Krishna. In remembrance na sa pastime na yun. So yeah, this is welcoming Krishna in our home. This is the deity worship. And this should be our mood. As we chant, we should always make our bodies clean as well. So ayun na naman uli si Ligo. At the same time, not just externally. Ito yung pinakamahirap. Cleaning ourselves internally. So what you put in your body, your food, kailangan din ganon. Yeah. Recently, I was in a lot of adjustment kasi si Shyam Mataji is helping me with my new diet for my gut health. So, kakatapos ko lang ng chia seed water. So, yeah. And you could see even Guru Maharaj is very strict in diet niya. Very sweet kung nakita mo. He's following the orders ng disciple niya, even yung health. Guru Maharaj siya follow because that's the relationship, diba? Si Krishna is following yung nag-bow down si Krishna sa kay Yudhishthira Maharaj. Diba? That's the relationship. Diba? And napaka-sweet ng ganun. And anyway, but yeah, the one you put inside your body should be always making yourself clean. What more kung ano yung pinapasok mo sa tenga mo, sa consciousness mo? It should always be clean. That's why we always chant Krishna's name. Because you cannot control. Pagpunta mo sa EDSA, ang daming ads. Diba? Note ka sa YouTube, pinapanood anak mo, ang daming ads. Ang daming pinapasok dyan. Just information. Diba? Not just doesn't mean information is good. Ang daming bombarded ka ng information pero unwanted naman siya. Just know it all lang. And ayun nga yung minsan nakakainis eh. Parang may mga tao na alam mo yun, ang daming masasabi. Sa Facebook ganun eh. Know it all lang. Lahat may say. Pag lumabas si Pacquiao, sila? Boxing expert. Pag nanalo yung sa Miss Universe, sila? Pageant expert. Pag may political expert. Pag may virus, doktor na rin sila. So parang hindi natin kailangan puro know it all. Parang mas importante nga yung action. So what we put in our minds, also in our hearts, will reflect kung ano lalabas sa bibig. So we should always make outside and inside of our bodies also clean. Kaya tinatawag nga siyang, may nakuusap ako nun mga Christian sila. Sabi nila, this body is the temple of God. Which is totoo. Totoo. Kasi Krishna as a super soul is living inside yung kasama mo sa heart mo, sa heart region. Nakaupo nga siya sa puso. Sarva siya hirdi sana visto. Hirdi is heart. He is sitting in everyone's heart. So we should always make it clean. So undecorated, that's why hindi siya biro na yung mga babae in India much more. Normal days, wala silang pambahay doon, ng pambahay. Sari yan, magandang sari yan. Magandang magandang mga jewelries yan. When I was traveling sa India, lagi akong nag-train. Unang-una hindi ako nag-aeroplano kasi I'm a beggar. Yung binubuk sa akin, saka nabubuk ko is mostly train. And you would see different cultures sa India. And one time, 2015 yata yun. Papunta ako in one place, tas may Kumbh Mela. And pag alam mo na yun, andun lang ako sa middle class na car sa train. Minsan doon wala na, pag pumunta yung mga tao, bali wala na yung ticket inspector. Kasi pupuno talaga yung mga tao doon. Wala na mga bayad yung mga tao doon. Tapos when you stand up sa seat mo, may upo na doon, tas di mo na makukuha basta sobrang dami na. Pero of course, me wearing this, tapos ang bait ko sa mga, nalaman ko yung technique, mga pupunta doon, mabait ko, papaupuin ko sila, bibigyan ko ng prasyada, kausapin ko rin sila, tapos favorite na mag-selfie, pag picture. So, naging friend ko sila para kahit lalabas ako, or kailangan ko mag-CR, safe yung gamit ko. Tapos pag upo ko doon, talagang safe yun, hindi na papaupuin sa iba. Pag gabi, kailangan ko humiga, sobrang respectful din sila. Kasi mabait ka the rest of the day eh. Papaigain ka na dun talagang sleepers class kasi yon kahit second class. So nakikita ko yung mga tao na punta doon. Tapos yung mga normal na buhay nila, makita mo rin sa labas. And yung mga nagka-travel, wala silang pambahay. Tapos full jewelries. Hindi na lahat may ganun. Pero full jewelries, andun yung mga nose ring. Hindi ko alam ang tawag yung sa mga matajis. Mayroon silang jewelry dito sa hairline nila. Tapos lalabas dito. Diba? Yung mga bindies. Tapos yung mga bangles. Tapos sa paa. Lahat ng ring yata. Toe ring. Anklet. Parang sa waist. Kaya nila panindigan araw-araw yun. Wala. Temple of God eh. Of course, totally opposite sa brahmacharis. Brahmacharis, the monks should be very simple. Very clean, but very low maintenance and simple. Diba? Even the hair. So yeah, if gusto mo ng fashion and art, hindi mo na kailangan lumayo. Punta ka lang sa farm. Nakita mo yung mga babae nagka-farming doon. Ang lalakas nila, ang fit nila. At the same time, ganun suot nila. Colorful saris. Diba? Tapos, jewelries. Very clean and very decorated. So, actually, ako, sobrang tuntua ako visiting that kasi I love arts. I love the culture. I love the food. And everything is art for them. Hindi siya big deal na parang, uy, artist ka. Ayos, hindi. Yung mga doon artist, may mga tricycle driver, rickshaw driver doon. Pag pinahawak mo ng mirdanga, kaya tumunog na magaling. Tapos yung mga matajis doon, araw-araw nagagawa sila magaganda mandala doon sa labas ng pintuan nila. Diba? Yung mga normal construction worker doon, sculptor sila. Wala silang mga molded doon sa mga sa mga decoration sa wall. No, ginagawa nila yun mano-mano. Tapos pantay na pantay. Diba? Parang andun sa root, andun yung art, 'di ba? Nasa puso talaga siya. And the art is not just being done para ma-please yung mga collector, yung mga art collector, yung mga enthusiasts para i-bid, no? The art is being used to worship Krishna. Just like what they're doing here. That's the real purpose of art. They're making art, the decorations, the art of smell, the art of food, the art in the visual, the music. Just for what? To always glorify Krishna. To bring back kay Krishna yun. Parang yung elements natin yung food, we always bring it back to Krishna. Sa naman may-ari lahat pero we're offering it. Same with the art. Art is being used by Srimati Radharani to please Krishna. And also could be used by the devotees to please them. Should make it clean and should make it artsy. Of course, pwede rin naman minimalist lang. It's part of art. Mga monks, doon nang galing yung minimalist sa lifestyle ng monks. Very, very minimal. And maraming salamat kasi sobrang saya nun. Sobrang sayang discussion. And I would love to tour everyone if time permits and if COVID permits. Of course, in visiting the temple, experiencing the actual festivals. Diba? And maybe soon, India trip. Matagal namin game plan ni siya yung India trip na yan. Naudlot na naudlot. So, at least ngayon siya, marami nang sasama. So, tutuloy natin yung India trip na yan. And ang sarap lang kasi while reading yung mga scriptures, tapos napupunta kami yung places. Although, iba itsura, pero ito yun, no? Pero you could always see this. You could search yung mga Brindavan places, yung mga Mayapur, Mathura, Dwarka. Nakikita mo na rin naman sa internet. May mga pilgrimage nga lately. Yung last year, yung nag-start yung pandemic, may mga nag-pilgrimage nga online. Dati ginagawa namin, pupunta kami kada araw, iba-ibang places kung saan nagpasim si Krishna. Ngayon, ginawa nila online. But of course, it's different when you are really there. Nararamdaman mo yung, nararamdaman mo lahat ng senses mo in touch kung nasaan si Krishna dati. Tapos, i-glorify mo, i-discuss yung pastime, kakainom mo yung mga favorite niya, mga pagkain din doon. Kakatayin mo yung mga favorite tune and kanta niya. So wonderful. So festive. And the lifestyle of a devotee is so festive then. You always gather. Pag devotee ka, pag nagprasadam ka, lalo na pag napunta ka sa temple, hindi ka kakain mag-isa. Unless ako kasi quarantine ako palagi. Pero may prasadam hall, araw-araw sumasayaw sa harap ni Krishna, they sing. Araw-araw in-welcome nila sa Krishna. And you could do that in your own houses, in your own home. It's all festivities. Parang walang boring sa Krishna conscious. Unless talaga wala kang gustong gawin. No, I'm bored. Dami yung pwede matutunan. Magluto, kumanta, mag-aral. Diba? Gusto mong maging leader, maging manager. Gusto mong distribute ng books. Ang dami. Sobrang vast. Diba? Ikaw na lang susuko na. Teka lang, kulang na yung oras ko. Sabi ni Rodel. Yes. Diba, masarap maligo kasi you're feeling refreshed and cleansed. Not just inside, but also, not just outside, but also inside. Totoo yan. Even the culture ng mga, sa Vedic culture, pag bumisita sila sa patay, naglilinis sila ng katawan. O ngayon, ginagawa na yun kasi may pandemic. Pero totoo yun. Diba? They do, parang, ina-adapt na yung lifestyle ng Vedic culture. Pranams, hindi ka na nag-a-apple, nag-shake hands ka, nag-hug dahil nga sa pandemic, social distancing ka na. But of course, ginagawa. Ako, social distancing talaga ako with Matajis kasi I'm wearing orange. Pero we hug yung mga boys. So, si Pranams, ginagawa nila yon. Ngayon, ginagawa na rin. Nawawala na yung appear. Nagkakaroon. Tapos, you do wash hands kapag may nawakan ka, especially eyes, ears, nose, mouth. Diba? Sa Vedic culture, ganun palagi. May achman ka. A lot of things. Ligo. Ligo na ligo para clean. Ganun Ganun yung culture Diba? Ngayon, in-embrace na lang nila kasi may need. If people are doing this, especially the diet, hindi mo kailangan magkaroon ng pandemic kasi hindi mo kailangan pakalaman yung mga virus na mga meron dun sa animals. Or what more, hindi mo na kailangan pakalaman yung virus kung ang theory is pinakalat ng tao. Hindi mo na kailangan pakalaman yung virus for what? If one follows the Vedic culture. So that's our assignment. Everyday assignment natin. If you're a creative, Make a lot of creative ways how to share Krishna to others. Para ma-feel nila yung ganitong festivity and welcoming Krishna in their life. And also, yung lifestyle nila mag-change. Hindi lang, um, even whatever situation, kahit nasa dungeon, nasa these areas of places kung saan sila nakatira. But if you have Krishna with you, you are like a lorus. Kahit nasa Tondo ka pa, diba? The heart of Tondo, yung areas doon. Pero if you're a devotee, it's just like a lotus there. Better than nandun ka sa rich villages without Krishna. To tell you honestly, may mga temples sa India na talagang made of mamahaling mga jewelries, golds and all. But without Krishna there, kung impersonalist yun, without kirtan, ang boring. You can go to very small temple, pero andun yung devotees, andun yung kirtan, andun yung prasadam, doon ka. Si Krishna ganun din. Si Krishna wala siya sa mga just opulence or those yogis reciting mantras without love and devotion. Andun si Krishna sa mga devotees talking about His glories, having nasanga, and having Srimad Bhagavatam classes. So, kasama mo si Krishna ngayon. Naka-log-in lang din siya. Maraming salamat. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Welcoming of Krishna in Dwarka ki jai. So, those fourth batch devotees, yan. Thank you rin for attending. This is every day, 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. We are at 61st episode na. The Japa session, every morning, 5:30 to 7 prior to this. Nagsimula siya November last year. So, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yun. So, join and chant with us. Diba, habang tulog pa yung mga kamag-anak niyo, kung nagkatago ka pa, you can chant with us. And of course, see you sa mga fourth batch later, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Same room, same time. And meron tayong prasadam course later. See you. And I believe masarap yung lulutuin nila. I will announce sa GC natin yung room and password. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Rodel, Ron, Milk, Riza, Sha, Rolly, Paolo, Jonah, and those who are listening in Facebook. Hare Krishna. So make yourself clean, make your house clean. Riza.